in my second video. Yeah, I'm gonna do a little explaining what I meant when I was talking about the black man. I don't even like saying black. I like saying the God race is our psionic beings. Yesterday I tried to make this video, but I kept stumbling over my words because I was really tired and it was just the thoughts were moving too fast for me to catch, and I could not make a coherent video. Put together very good, very put together my sentences very well. So today, feeling a little bit better, feeling a little bit more focused, and today I feel like I can make sentences that are a little more coherent, put together my words a little more elegant, describe things, better elaborate on things. So here it is. But basically, I'm gonna start with the Greek sign psi. You know what I mean? And the Greek alphabet's a very very good alphabet to look at. This is when some of the original, some of the first white races on Earth started transcribing some of the more ancient writings. They did a very good job on making sure they kept everything in order. They typically don't like to fuck around with knowledge. That's something they learn about from the God race. You don't really destroy knowledge. You just code it in a way where somebody doesn't understand if you don't want them to understand it. But you never destroy the complete history because you could be changing things for the worse and not even know it. But here's the sign psi. As you can see, it's a little devil pitchfork. You don't spell it like that. There ain't no S in psi. It's P-I. All right, P is the S sound for the God race, okay? It's the S sound on its own. So there ain't no S in psi. You can see here's a little pitchfork. They like to hate on the God race, so they gave you the little devil's pitchfork as your sign, 666, the mark of the beast, all that. Really, it's 3 candles, the Trinity flame, and one going south, you know what I mean? The middle one representing the God race because we have the history that goes backwards and forwards. These sides would be, whatever branches off from us. So in this case right now, the gods experimenting with humanity. This would represent the lighter skin races of the earth and, the darker skin races, of course, with our little experiment here on this earth in the human journey. Here you have phi. The humans love to throw the sign phi out because, phi is an infinity sign. That means continuation, just like their sign up here, pi. That's another one they like to do. See little box shapes there. We all know these boxes, these cubes, they represent trapped in a prison, which is essentially moving in a circle forever, or phi. You also have, if you remove that little middle line right there from phi, and we're set it to the side, you got the power sign and the no power sign, the circle and the line. And over here I found this little interesting sign, theta. And I couldn't help but notice if you were to take the theta with the line running this way and lay it right over this sign, you would have a cross and a circle, which is a mark of Tau, of course, as we all know, as I was explaining. I also saw chi here is the X, and Chinese love to talk about that chi energy, that Tao energy, because that's that astral projection energy, as they like to call it, that low level, individualized electrical energy. Do whatever I want, think about what I want to when I want to. Don't really think about things as a whole, just whatever satisfies me in the moment. But I saw something else that was interesting. That was this Omicron, as they call it. That's really the eye, like the eye in your head, the all-seeing eye. The name of the sign is Iron, I believe. That's how we would say it, but that's related to that sign, the all-seeing eye. That's related to Cain and Abel, or which is really the Great Civil War of Lebanon, which I'm gonna talk about later on in other videos. But I just wanted to make sure I get y'all up to speed on that, and some interesting little glyphs here. I want to elaborate on the human race, how they use these, how they kind of mix these glyphs, and you'll see a lot of these glyphs in our language today, just coded differently, and they are indeed, and they like to use these glyphs to send subliminal messages to the God race that affect your subconscious in various negative ways. You know what I mean? just like right here, the sign, the S is kind of like an infinity sign, you could say. I guess, another glyph to keep you trapped in one state of mind. So, of course, they threw that in there with psi. They know damn well psi is just Pi, And then look what they actually make the real psi. Just without the S is, that glyph right there, which is pi, which is the golden ratio. Never ending, continuation. I just want to elaborate on that real quick. Point some of that out. The human race, too. Another thing I want to point out about him is just the confusion they cause with some of the wordplay. I want to get into real quick before I hang this video up. This is going to be another few minutes real quick, but For example, you got Japan, the island of Japan, you know, which, as we all know, was heavily involved with the Nazi movement, chose to side with the Nazis, with the white supremacists. And here's the proof that the humans came from apes too. Japan, if you look at it, is Japan. So Ja is Yah, you know, Yah is a word for God. And then at the end, you got Pan, as I said, P makes the S sound in our language, you know, so that'd be cyan, you know, which is a ancient word that could be used for island. But if you put it, if you take the J off and the N off at the end, you'd have Appa, which is ape, you know, because the human beings know they came from apes. Well, not came from apes, but they're predominantly ape DNA mixed with other DNA. But if you were to look at Australia, in Australia you have a lot of what they call Aboriginal people. You know what I mean? Let's break this word down. It's not Aboriginal, it's AB original. And really it's not AB original. AB is just a way of saying, you know, that's God in human form. It's just original. And it's not even original, it's regional, as in regional, as in no matter where these humans go, they're going to find, you know, the God race, the black people there, because they can not go anywhere where the God race isn't, because they can't think outside of their confines. You know what I mean? This is why they're constantly watching the God race, wondering what they're going to come up with next so they can steal it for themselves, because they know that they can't think outside of doing what the God race can do. They're stuck within that little box. So in Australia you have the Aboriginal people, but you also have the white race there. You know what I mean? That's because the Europeans, like just like all humans, you know, they don't understand moving forward in time. You know what I mean? They're constantly moving backwards. This is why they want to tell people that the world goes in a circle. You know, God says the world goes in a circle. God would never say the world goes in a circle. God can change the world at any moment to go however he wants it. So that's why LA is the city of lost angels. Because, you know, you got a lot of the God race living in that city, and mentally they're very lost to think that if they took a boat and went west from LA, they would end up on the other side of the world, in Japan or in China or somewhere else over there. They can mentally manifest where they want to go from there. In LA, if they move west, they choose where they want to be. They can make up a whole new island if they wanted to. You know what I mean? So that's why they call them the city of lost angels, because that's where it ended for us. That's where we kind of stop realizing we were gods and stop manifesting bigger things. You know what I mean? But yeah, I just want to touch up on that little subject. I hope I elaborated well. Little out of my right mind right now. You know, I've had a busy day, been going everywhere, doing all kinds of things today. But I'll try to come back with another video real soon here. I'll try to elaborate a little better on my videos next time. Think more about what I'm going to say. But I'll catch y'all later. Bye.